But in other news of, you know, do we believe the story? Do we not believe the story? Is it real? Who robbed, beat, whatever? Jussie Smollett.
You mean Jussie?
Jussie.
No longer the you.
Jussie.
With no respect.
Big homie.
Shout out to Chris Rock.
What's on Empire? What's his name? What is he on Empire?
Oh, Jamal.
Jamal Empire.
Jamal Lion.
I never rewatched
Jesse Lion.
Yeah, Jesse
Lion.
Jussie was lying.
About what though?
I mean, was he lying though?
So like I said, we haven't spoke about it on the Words Music Dance. It's been an ongoing story since about what, February ish.
It was real cold outside, so it had.
So it was ironically it was in Chicago during the what they called it, the Arctic paradox or whatever they called that when we had that real cold. It was
-40 out there.
Yeah, out there in Chicago.
End of January, beginning of February.
Right. So it was around that time.
Super Bowl time.
Yeah, and it was after, like 2 weeks after, I think it's like that.
After a week after.
Yeah, so
like,
February.
they were like on -14 or something like that.
Yeah. So what happened? During that time frame, Jussie called the cops after calling his manager, but more on that later. Called the cops, told them that he was assaulted by 2 white men wearing red MAGA hats that yelled out, "This is MAGA country," and tried to beat him up. He said he fought back, and they put a noose around his neck. Jussie went home. Well, he went back to his hotel or home, wherever he was spending time.
Hotel.
Called his manager first, said, "What do I do?" You know, yada, yada, yada. Then he called the cops. The cops showed up about a half hour or so later. He still had the noose around his neck. And then he realized that, oh snap, they poured bleach on me. You smell that? Oh, they poured bleach on me. There's bleach on me. Matter of fact, I skipped the part.
He gonna act it all out right now.
This all happened 2 a.m. because he had just flown into Chicago from wherever he was at. Hold on, you interrupted. Let me get my story out because I'm trying to remember all this stuff. He had just landed in Chicago and he was hungry. So he went and got a footlong from Subway. And as he was going to get his footlong from Subway, these 2 gentlemen, he claims, yelled out, "Hey, Empire." And he ignored it the first
I don't
time.
know who recognizes a black man at 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning, 40 below in Chicago. "Hey, Empire." And they ran up on him, put hands on him, put the beats on him, no headphones. But he fought back. But they put a noose around his neck, poured bleach on him somewhere in the fight back. And he got home. When the cops got to him, he had his Subway sandwich still. He had the noose around his neck still. He had bleach on him. But he fought back. He then later went on to do a show afterwards, about a week or so later. On stage, he recounted the situation and said he is the gay Tupac. Thug life.
Yeah.
He wrote on his enemies. Then we find
Illuminati.
so then the story progressed a little bit, and we find out that 2 persons of interest. Well, before that happened, Jussie took the cops to the crime scene, and he just happened to be like, "And there's a camera right there. That should have caught everything." The cops told him, "No, that camera's aimed that way."
All that, waiting about a week to give up his cell phone.
Well, so at first he did. I was gonna get to that. So he took them to the crime scene the time of, and that's when he found out the camera wasn't pointing in the direction it was pointing in, which he happened to just notice it right off the bat. There's a camera right there. And they're like, "Yeah, dog, that camera points that way." He's like, "Shit. All right, well." So that camera was used to locate the persons of interest. They like, okay, they found 2 men around the time of the situation. These 2 men became persons of interest. These men cooperated because they like, "We ain't going down for this. This is what happened." They gave up their phone, which is why the police went back to Jussie to get his phone, because these men said, "Listen, this is what happened. He told us to do such and such. We got messages to prove it, yada, yada, yada." That's when they were like, "Jussie, can we see your phone?" These 2 men turned out to be, one was an extra on Empire, or maybe both. They're brothers from Nigeria, fitness dudes, big buff black dudes, very, very weird. They cooperated. They're telling the cops everything. They giving the whole, "Listen, he paid us to do such and such. Yeah, we was there, da da da. Then you find out as the cops are investigating, these two men are on camera at a local hardware store, buying masks, buying rope, buying bleach. They fit the description. So everything they're saying seems to add up. Jussie's not cooperating on his end. He goes on Good Morning America.
The vast majority of people have been supportive and loving and understanding. And then as time has gone on and that there's no, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to Subway, Sub-Zero.
Subway is open 24 hours. Like, people kill me when they say things like that, because it's like Subway is open 24 hours for a reason. So that when you're hungry at night and you ain't got no food, you go to Subway. The camera facing north, how is that my issue? It feels like if I had said it was a Muslim or a Mexican or someone black, I feel like the doubters would have supported me a lot more. And that says a lot about the place that we are in our country right now.
Fam, we trying to believe you, but their story making more sense than yours is. You know what I mean? Long story short, because it's already dragging on, we get to the fast forward to around about a week or two ago from today. The cops are like, you know what? Listen, this is all pointing towards you, fam. We got some charges on you. So before this incident happened, there was a letter sent to Jussie's house that had like some threatening stuff on it. They found, it had like the little cutouts from like people do ransom notes. They found a magazine in the Nigerian dude's crib with cutouts. Everything's just adding up like, fam, we got some stuff. So they ended up bringing in Jussie on 16 counts. Including that letter, that was mail fraud, because he's saying he sent the letter through the mail fraud. He cut them a check. He said for them to train him fitness-wise, personal training. They said, nah, it was for this. So if that was sent in the mail, that's also fraud. The text messages equal wire fraud. Then falsifying police, reports. So they got 16 counts in total. This thing goes to a grand jury. The grand jury's listening. They're hearing testimony. They like, we about to hit him on a couple of these charges. This is going to trial, and it doesn't. Case is quote unquote dismissed, thrown out. During the time frame, Jussie bailed himself out when they first arrested him. He bailed himself out with 10 G's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He paid 10 G's to get out of jail, which was part of the $30,000 bond, I believe it was. Yeah. He somewhere in there he did his own voluntary community service. He was with Jesse Jackson's Rainbow Coalition doing who knows what. It wasn't told to do so. So when this case gets dismissed, quote unquote,
Rainbow.
That's why I threw that in there. When the case gets quote unquote dismissed, they say because he paid the bond, they're gonna keep that. Because he did community service, he did time served. So charges all dropped. Case is sealed. Everyone's saying he's guilty, but they saying, you know what? It's not it makes no sense to go further with the trial because it's not a big deal. Jussie's still saying he's innocent. It makes Chicago look completely bad. It looks terrible for everything.
You forgot one thing you mentioned.
What I miss?
The fact that CPD was leaking all the stuff out to the media.
Yeah.
CPD.
Shut the fuck up.
And the reason they was because they would like, we got one. We gonna look good because Chicago been looking bad for years.
We finally got one.
Didn't they have R. Kelly around that same week?
Was it in Chicago? Or was it in Atlanta? Was it Atlanta or Chicago? He got arrested.
Chicago.
It was Chicago. Okay, so but they had
two.
But they had evidence. Like they had Jussie. Jussie was we got him. Yo, but there's the thing though. Like the reason they were releasing the info was because he was shitting on them on the news and everything. So they were trying to cooperate with him.
How many times did he shit on them on the news?
Every time he spoke. Not even news. When he was on stage talking, when he was with Robin Roberts, anywhere he went and spoke, he was shitting on the cops.
Yo,
So they like, fam, we trying to cooperate with you.
CPD did way too much leaking information.
For sure.
Way too much leaking.
But-
There's never
but
been
not
that much
even
information
that,
leaked
though.
out
It's-
with an entertainer before being in the hot. It could have been, I don't even know how that would have went down in court, right?
Yeah.
But all that information being leaked, some of us shouldn't even know that information. Like, you could have just waited.
Yeah.
So you let your emotions rock, knowing your police officers, knowing how these things get down. A dude who's not even that serious. Yo, there has been crime lords that you could bust and you can keep your composure. But you're telling me this guy got under your skin that quick?
Yeah.
When there's dudes you bust out for drug and pimping and all that. Like, that is incredible. And let's not forget that they're already under scrutiny for hiding a murder. The week before Jussie got arrested or any of that happened. So they hid a black individual, like somebody got killed or whatever, and they hid that situation.
CPD.
So they were already under scrutiny.
They've been under scrutiny.
They get a big
For
fish.
years, for decades.
They see they got a big fish, like, oh, we got this guy.
Right.
And then, so it's like, bro, y'all keep fucking up more and more. Like, dude, Jussie was just an entertainer. You over here hiding a murder. I'm pretty sure all that shit in Chicago you keep under wraps, but you let this guy, and then you got R. Kelly too. Like, you better get one of these guys because all that going down. Come on, and now look, Jussie is out.
And the reason they might have went hard for him was because they were like, he lied on MAGA. Maybe they was Trump supporters.
That could be a reason.
That might be why they wanted him so hard. We don't know. But the
You know
fact
why?
that
You know why? I get that. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
that might have been why they like, oh, you lying on our president? Not gonna have that.
Not today,
We not gonna have that.
And there was never.
And it was Nigerians who did it.
There
So they
was
like
never a white
niggas all around us.
representative
niggas and niggas. See, we got them both.
Allegedly the first American to scam a Nigerian.
Now my question to you guys is, after the fact, now he's still proclaiming his innocence.
Which I would want him to.
But now,
Yeah, you got to keep up the lie.
okay, so funny you should say that. If that's your truth, would you not want the people that beat you up to still be brought to justice?
Absolutely. If
He's not mentioning that at all. He just on some, I told you I ain't lie. Ha, I'm out.
yeah,
Thug
I mean,
life.
Look,
Gay Tupac.
for me, if it's me, I would still want people to find the actual person who assaulted and whatever to me. Mm-hmm. If it's me. Mm-hmm. He had, I don't know, maybe he lost sight of that. I don't know. I'm not speaking for him, but maybe he lost sight of it because a lot of things got thrown in his direction as he did this because he was trying to get more money from Empire. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like character.
Which is hearsay though.
But
because at the end of the day, you can't prove that. If they,
defamation.
I had to fight on these streets.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Now apparently, like I said, before the incident happened with the two gentlemen, a letter was sent to his crib threatening him.
Right.
Now I walk outside my building 2 in the morning. Somebody recognizes me. I should be afraid of my life. For my life.
Right. Exactly.
He's more concerned with they thought I was lying. Told you I was telling the truth.
Right, that's what I'm saying, like, I
and
don't
when
know
everyone is saying no, we know you lying. We just not going forward with it. Like that's what everybody is saying. The judge, the prosecution, the mayor, everyone is like, we know you lying. We were just told to stand down.
And it's like, I don't know, and it's like, and I always say this about indictments. They don't mean shit. Because it's just a one-sided affair from a lawyer talking to people. Mm-hmm. It don't mean shit unless the person actually goes down for it.
Well, that's the thing. The grand jury was supposed, they were about to take it to trial. For some reason, they got a call saying no trial. He did his time. Mm-hmm. We go and never, and he's proclaiming innocence, but never in the history of not guilty has someone not been refunded their bond and voluntarily did community service. That's what a criminal does, or someone found guilty. Mm-hmm. You pay a fine and do community service. So if you're not guilty,
what are you paying for?
What did you pay for?
Right.
You paid your debt to society, money and time, but you're innocent.
Well, the man said he's an advocate and he's not doing anything else. After that whole situation of him being released, everything stopped.
Well, no, he trying to get it. I mean, the question was, so the NAACP awards just happened. The question was he going to be there? He wasn't. We don't know what's I don't watch Empire, so he hasn't been on, or I don't really know.
I did hear that.
Have you heard from Lee Daniels?
No, but
Because if Jussie's the gay Tupac, he's the gay Suge.
yes.
So, so have you heard from Tupac from Lee Daniels?
From what I'm aware of, Lee hasn't, but he still hasn't put Jussie on the show.
And as far as the last two episodes of it,
and I know I think there was word about killing his character off. Because apparently, I think something about his character had like cancer in the show.
Oh,
so they're thinking about like trying to act like that's the reason why.
Oh, see now he gonna be cancer free.
Nah,
he gonna go through chemo and
But
bring him back.
But also, I've also heard that because of the whole case got thrown out, and he still wasn't getting his job back on Empire.
Right.
Then fans of the show are boycotting it until he gets put back on the show. And I didn't know he was even that important on the show. I don't even watch it enough.
But that's the thing. Was he important until now?
I don't know. The thing is that
The wrong person.
that show, I used to like it, but now it's done. For me, it's done.
I like season 1. It was interesting.
Yeah, like it was interesting enough, but now I'm not caring much about it. They were gonna kill someone off, and Jussie wasn't in. They're actually gonna kill somebody else, and that is the individual you're talking about who has cancer. Okay. And as far as his character is concerned, they were gonna pull him off the show and start by saying, "Oh, he went away to London and he's gonna stay there." But now because of him being good and his case being thrown out or whatever the case, we're no longer not guilty. I don't know as far as the show what they're gonna do with that. So there has nothing been said as far as that is concerned. And at that point, it's like whether people believe you, don't believe you. What I would say is like if that happened to me and you're supposedly fighting two dudes off, I don't see no little cut on your bro.
He had a few lumps the day of.
Even if so,
he fought back.
You damn right. You're gonna want to find no matter what happens in the case. If nobody believes you or not, I want those motherfuckers found.
That's what I'm saying.
Because at this point now you're going from, this happened that I got beat up to it was a racist act,
right?
And it was a hate crime.
Hate crime for homophobia.
So now you're touching subjects where like fuck you. I don't give a fuck if you don't believe in that. Find the motherfuckers who did that. Because it's the difference between getting beat up and now being a hate crime. Because you at that point, like, I don't care. I want to see who tried that,
right,
going to jail. Believe me or not. And the problem is, like, I can understand where it can get discouraging, where no one wants to believe you, and it went from here to now. Oh, y'all looking at me for this? Whether the evidence is there or not, right? But if it's do what you got to do. You're acquitted, supposedly. All right, go find the people. Like, what happened? If the cops don't want to help you, get your own investigation going on. You have whatever money you got left for being an entertainer.
If that's your concern.
But
he could be narcissistic. Quiet. He could be just that. He could be that narcissistic, where it's not about. Now it's not about. He can have it like, well, y'all didn't want to believe me. Y'all didn't want to take me seriously. So why I want to trust y'all to do this anymore? I can have my own outside people to try to investigate this further, because I clearly can't trust, CPD to do this. But his narcissism could be taking the focus from that and is worried about his name now. Because it could be, because now I think from all that stuff going down, his career might be over in terms of his acting, because now nobody wants to touch, nobody will probably want to touch him after this whole thing went down.
And which we can all see that, because everyone at that point, so now when they say whether he's guilty or not, I'm sorry, not guilty or not, if they will focus on him escaping, who's going to touch him afterwards? And as we're all seeing right now, like, yo, dude, do you even still have a job?
Well, the question is, because to know if someone's going to want to deal with him going forward or not is a matter of, do you believe him? So do you believe his story?
I don't know what to believe.
Do you believe his story?
Honestly, I don't know what to believe either. Because even if you could,
y'all copping out.
No, I really don't know what to believe.
With the evidence you see, what would you say?
What evidence?
What
evidence?
All the evidence that y'all said CPD linked.
That's all circumstantial too.
So 2 Nigerians buying a mask, some ropes, and
Two
bleach.
Nigerians are gonna whoop your ass. The brothers was real big. They was real big.
Okay,
bro.
so knowing that,
They don't need a master bleacher for somebody.
so knowing that they didn't.
That's like fighting 2 Jareds, bro. I don't think I'm gonna win that fight.
So
I'm
Jussie did.
I'm just saying.
Do you believe Jussie did?
I believe if Jussie won.
Do you believe he won that fight?
If Jussie fought 2 Jareds?
You believe he won the? Because he's saying he won the fight.
Nigerians.
Oh, he said he won the fight.
He said he fought them off.
Okay, that's a different thing. Like,
Well, I'm not saying he didn't beat them up, but
what he said
he didn't
was
tell me he won that
no,
fight.
what he said was he beat up 2 white people with MAGA hats on.
So
That's what he said.
Do you believe? All right. So do you believe these 2 gentlemen exist?
Possibly.
You do believe? Do you believe it?
Possibly.
You believe these? So how do you think these 2
I said
Nigerian dudes
possible.
come into the? Come on, man.
That's about
These 2
my man said
Nigerian
everything's a
dudes.
possibility. But damn, 2 white dudes and 40
Disappeared.
below.
There's
And
no evidence. There's no
40
recollection
below.
of.
You think human beings out here looking for somebody at 40
Do
below?
you think 2 black people are out there in negative 40 degree weather?
You think one black dude is out there 140 minus 40?
On Subway? You telling me?
I ain't gonna say anything because there's a
Yo,
whole
he could have
community.
ordered Domino's at that point, at that time. I don't want no sandwich.
That's what I'm
on
saying.
That man
Subway.
likes his,
Does it
he
make-
likes,
does
he
it
likes
add
his
up to you?
football. He wants that meat. All right?
Here you go. Do y'all
was
believe
waiting
this
for that
man's
shit.
story? Minus 40,
I feel like
2
that's
in the
skeptical.
morning.
His story is it's too funny.
noose around the neck, bleach on the clothes.
All this shit sounds far fetched to me, but I don't know.
That means you don't believe him. That's all he's
He don't want to say. He don't want to say it.
No, but
he don't want to say it.
No,
You know what it
it's not bad.
is?
It's
Like
not
everyone,
bad. I
like
just don't know.
people right now, they have that little doubt because it's so crazy. Why would somebody go to those lengths? Those lengths
And that-
to
but that's
hear a
different.
lie that crazy?
Look, do I believe white people will do shit like that? Yes, I do.
Probably.
But I don't. I just don't know.
But
like,
in-
reason,
in
it's
negative
not,
40?
You say it's a cop out.
Do you
I really don't
believe
know.
white people know Jussie Smollett? It's 2 in the morning. He's going out the subway. Somebody gonna yell out Empire. You believe that? 2 white dudes know Empire. They know him.
There's no racism here, folks.
Not
Let's read this thing.
not Terrence Howard. They know Jussie Empire. They gonna yell out, "Hey Empire." They gonna yell that out to him 2 in the morning.
That shit.
They waiting for him because, mind you, he was late. He flew. His flight was delayed because of the weather. So it's 2 in the morning. They were waiting outside all that time. It's cold out here. Ooh, he coming out. He coming outside.
What you need to know.
Ooh,
what
he
you
love
need-
coming to get this football
What you
this
need
time of
to
night.
know is the Jussie fans
Come
believe
on.
him. What you need to know is the Jussie fans believe him.
They waiting outside and they gonna yell out, "There he is! Hey Empire!"
No.
That's gonna happen. 2 white dudes know him as Empire. They sent a letter to his crib
Look,
threatening him, and then they said, "We're gonna get him next week. We're gonna wait for him."
When he come down here,
When he
they
come up
knew his
his-
schedule.
You know what I mean?
They just happen to know his
I
schedule.
wouldn't recognize who the fuck he is.
Thank you.
I know 2 in the morning.
Thank you.
At any time of the morning.
Thank you.
Any time of the day, I wouldn't recognize
Minus
him.
40, we waiting outside for him with a rope and some bleach, and then he fought them off. But then they still poured the bleach. Before you go,
Ain't nothing funnier than hearing somebody roll
Wait,
around
before you
at
go.
2 in the morning with bleach on.
and a noose and rope around your neck.
Yo, you know how you ain't shit when you do laundry.
Come on.
You know you ain't shit when you do laundry and you start thinking about all the bleach bottles. You're like, how the fuck am I running around here with all this bleach?
They carrying bleach 2 in the morning, 40 below, and some rope.
Somebody would have stopped them in Chicago.
And then he didn't
What's wrong
notice
with that bleach.
He didn't notice until the cops I got bleach on me. You didn't know. And part of the scuffle, he was giving them hands.
I need to see how his hands was looking when they took him to the
I was like,
hospital.
Martin.
Word.
Real deal.
He was the Kung Fu
Jussie,
master.
real deal, Smollett. Real deal. Jussie, real deal, Smollett was giving them hands. Come on, man. It sounds too fishy, man.
And proving that point, like he's not keeping that same energy even after he got acquitted and all that. Like he's not even trying to look for them homeboys.
They sent a letter in the mail. I'm getting threatening letters that apparently stopped.
All of a sudden.
But I'm getting threatening letters in the mail.
Yeah.
And now they waited for me outside in minus 40 weather. These dudes they got a purpose. They trying to get at me.
Yeah. If that was real, they would have made sure they finished that job. If that hate was real.
And what is the hate? What white men that wear MAGA hats is watching Empire? Come on. We don't even watch Empire. Come on. Keep it a buckets of change, man. That's all I'm saying.
There's probably a lot of MAGA hat.
They got some white viewers, people.
They probably watch
That
black
ain't
porn.
Empire though. I'm talking about Empire. Keep it a buck with some tax. They watching it and yelling out, "Hey Empire!" Like, come on, that story just don't.
It don't seem right.
That story didn't add up the minute they.
That's why now believing the cops is something that we don't do often. But it was like everything that they were saying or releasing, it was like, that makes sense. And you have the video footage of these two dudes buying a mask and the hats.
Look,
There's video evidence
buying
of
the same
it.
material that they
Yeah.
I said it before and I'll say it again.
They on camera. They on key to
I
camera.
said it before and I'll say it again. After he said he's the gay Tupac, I didn't believe shit he had to say after that.
Thank you. Finally, you being honest, Jared. Thank you. Finally, that's all I wanted. Be honest.
Was it nothing funnier when you hear, "Yo, I fought back"? No, bro. Don't have that energy when you was chilling for a whole week.
Back cool, all that.
like,
He had to laugh when he said it. He said it and chuckled. He even knew that. I'm wilding. That was a bit much.
Because at the end of the day,
I'm so good at getting roasted.
yo, at the end of the day, it don't matter who you are. But when it's 2 against 1, it's a harder deal. It don't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter if you're skinny, if you're fat, if you're big or not. You fighting 2 against 1,
and you pay.
Your stamina is now. You have to think about how you're gonna either win this fight.
Hungry stamina too.
And you paying these dudes to train you. So you ain't trained yet. You ain't even get training yet. Yeah. You was about to start training with them allegedly. So you ain't even get, and it wasn't boxing training. It was just nutrition, how to eat right, just get your food right. It wasn't hands.
$3,500. That's a lot of money. Yeah.
That's not a lot. 3,500 between the two of them.
3,500.
That's a lot.
Well, I mean, if that's their job.
3,500 between the two of them.
If they're Hollywood trainers or whatever, like
to be a nutritionist, that's
because apparently, they were extras on the show, and you know what I mean.
Being a nutritionist for these stars, you can make that.
Yeah,
you can make a lot.
But that's what's split between the two of them.
Average person
that ain't
just
shit.
paying $3,500 for freaking.
What's that? $1,750 a piece.
Yeah, that's still. I mean, look for
$1,750. Well, we don't know the term. We don't know how long it was. We don't know if it was just on some one time. We don't know if they
that was like an every week thing.
Yeah, but $1,750 a piece. Nah, Jussie, I'm gonna need a little. You worth $1 billion. You worth $1 million.
Don't get it twisted. He had some of these people going for like a second.
When I first heard the story, I was like,
it wasn't more than people who really hate like Trump right now. They were like, oh damn, MAGA has.
Yeah,
fuck him.
Because it was
it. I think people just started dissecting it, and they wanted to hear what they wanted to hear.
Because he put too much on it. He put too much on it.
Yeah, way too much.
I'm gonna get black people on my side. I'm gonna get the LBGT community on my side. I'm gonna get the Empire fans on my side.
That ass.
Like I'm trying to.
So he literally took like how he just broke it down. He started taking pieces of everybody and threw it in the story, put it in the mix.
They yelled out Empire. They said this is MAGA country. They called me gay.
He should have waited till it got a little bit warmer.
Again,
he should have waited till 45-degree weather.
He said too much.
Shut the fuck up.
But that's why. It made it a little bit. He made it sound a little bit believable in terms of saying it's white people who are doing it because there's no Negro in history that's gonna be out there -40, waiting for anybody.
No, they gonna wait. They gonna wait till we in the.
We don't like cold like that. They wearing -40 with no jackets like nothing.
Apparently they do because they was waiting for him. He went outside.
No, they're gonna check at that.
They got the check already though. They got the 35. He was going out 4 foot long.
We sure a good businessman.
I mean, but they dropped down quick though. As soon as they cops do. All right, we'll tell you everything. Listen, he gave us his check.
He did drop down.
we bought the mask. They was singing like birds.
They took him in. 5 minutes. They were like, yo, I don't even need a lawyer. We'll tell you what it is. Then they got their lawyer.
They was singing like Jussie Smollett.
Then they got their lawyer right after that.
Like
yo, we want a deal.
Yeah.
Hold up. So they're not even getting jail time either,
exactly.
Right?
Everything. The whole case is
not
sealed.
even those dudes getting jail time.
No, everybody just go home. You go to your corner. You go to your corner. We out.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Had that been anybody else, over.
I mean,
and and the fact is, like, Steve Mokos was actually talking about this, a little bit of it, and he was like, he felt like the whole thing was bullshit right here in the story. But he also said, do you think the court, they really wanted to go to court, wasting all that time and money?
That's what they're saying. That was the reason for them not going forward with it.
Because like you said, like, it just wasn't believable. So in the grand jury, if you're saying, we don't even believe your ass, bro.
Which is why it should go to court. Because he's out here saying, told you I was telling the truth. They're like, nigga, no, we know you lying. But y'all letting him go out and he's still shitting on Chicago PD, the judicial system. He's laughing at everybody. Because he's still saying, I'm
Chicago
innocent.
Looking weak right now.
Chicago look real bad in every facet of it.
Had this been a non-star, jail time, immediately.
Yeah, I mean, it's very bad. It looks very bad on a lot of parts, because, like I said, believe him or not believe him, that's the purpose of a trial. Because the whole point is you prove your case, we have a jury to decide it. The judge, to just throw it out and say, nah, he did community service, he paid a bond, he did enough. What? The whole thing is weird because I don't know if it's he had the money to get off, he has the connections to get off. None of it makes sense. His reasoning for doing this,
we know the behind scenes,
right? His reasoning for doing this in the first place, the reasoning for them to just drop it and get him off so easy, we don't know. None of it makes any sense. So, granted, like I said, I know I had to get it out of you to say you don't believe him, but you don't believe him. I don't believe him. We don't believe him. It just, none of it makes any sense anyway. So it's just like, the evidence just leans towards him lying, but the motive isn't clear. Like, what was the purpose? And CPD could say because they were going to write him off the show or they wasn't paying him enough. How would they know that? Unless they were talking to Lee Daniels or somebody too. So it's like, are they making that part up? And again, they were doing too much, if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really know, he was upset about his contract. Who did he say that to? How did you hear that? Where did you get that information from? That wasn't part of, unless again, that's what the Nigerians are saying, then it's, if we believe in them, but it's like, you know what, they've kind of been accurate on everything else. You know what I mean? Like, you look like, the main thing was once they were on camera buying all the equipment, it was just like, why would they just happen to be buying a mask, some bleach, and some rope, randomly, and then he says, yeah, 2 guys jumped me wearing hats, a mask, and a rope. You know what I mean? Like, the coincidence is just too strong. It's just too strong.